Hello, class of 619. My name is Saran Few, and I did my presentation on Dr. Saul Axelrod. A little about myself is I'm actually an undergrad, or I graduate undergrad in education. And I remember his name being briefly brought up, and so I saw when we had to pick a person for our bibliography, I thought, why not choose someone I kind of heard of before? So this is a picture of Dr. Saul Axelrod, and let's get started. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to get a present day picture of him because he is on Facebook. I kind of Facebook stalked him to get to get this present day picture. So you see what he looks like now, and he's with his family. So getting right into it, he was a professor at Temple University from 1972 until the year of his retirement being 2011. He was a professor of special education. During his time, he contributed over 10 books and over 60 academic journals about ABA methods, mostly dealing with discipline and also teaching techniques within the general public school systems. He's best known for making the ABA language very simplistic and breaking it down to a way for classroom teachers, administrators, and just really the general public to understand ABA methods and how it can be implemented into the classroom. So, going from there, his publications, I chose these because each one had very interesting levels on how the ABA methods would be effective within the general public classroom, the mainstream class. So the contributions of applied behavior analysis to the education of people with autism in 2001, this article was mostly speaking on the promotion or the drive for ABA in the classroom. Previously, ABA was not widely accepted or really well known as to why it was so effective. So he took different research studies done by other ABA therapists and broke them down to, okay, this is why this method is so effective, especially when it comes to either discipline or teaching language skills, social skills, all to people with autism who are intellectually disabled. Why these effects are greatly, are greatly and should be implemented into the general school system and include in the inclusion of kids or students with autism or disabilities into the same rooms as, the normal students. So more contributions of how ABA helped people with autism. This is the next article I chose. I chose this article because not only was it just a kind of a more detailed part two to the contributions of applied behavior analysis article of 2001, it was more so talking about adult programs and how, the rise and the notice of ABA and getting credentials for ABA and knowing the specific differential needs of families and schools as to why there was just this drive and promotion of ABA, and that's really what Dr. Saul Axelrod is all about. He's definitely about promoting ABA as the way to teach discipline, to teach lessons for people with autism, and just not just people with autism. It's for in general, whole class and for everyone, because for token reinforcement in special education classrooms, even though this article was in 1971, even though this article was based on different studies that were done for autistic and disabled children who were more so demonstrating or exhibiting behavior issues, it basically, the form of token reinforcement was basically stopping satiation from happening, where if an example of that would be teacher praise. If I'm constantly being praised on something, he's saying that that drive of trying to please the teacher would somewhat get boring. So the idea of token reinforcement, of giving basically items that don't have a specific value, but to that individual, the value of whatever they're getting can be exchanged for more, reinforcement that's more of a higher magnitude or value to that individual, to where they would either the behavior would become extinct or there would be an altering behavior. And something that was really interesting in that study was there was an experiment that dealt with behaviors in 3 different settings, where there was teacher praise, token reinforcement, and then social approval, I believe. And token reinforcement actually improved the classroom's behaviors, including the classrooms of the other 2. that brought them back to either their original norms or better. So that was kind of interesting too. The effects of treating package established independent skills with children with autism. This is more so building on different methods, whereas there wasn't just language and social skills. This is talking about teaching people with autism and disabilities to be more so independent and did not have the need for a supervisor being there to watch them, and teaching them life independent skills. And the argument that Saul Axelrod is making in this article is that these interventions of teaching basic skills can eventually lead to moderate or a life of independence, and his push for teaching those different strategies and withholding them in interventions. So I thought that was very interesting too. The last one, the impact of functional analysis and methodology, on treatment choice for self-injurious and aggressive behaviors. This article was really interesting to the fact of how it kind of challenged or looked at or compared really the reinforcement-based methods for extinction or altering aggressive behaviors or self-injurious behaviors to punishment, or the old way of thinking that punishment-based. And this within this article, Axelrod breaks down the study that happened where there were, a study done with individuals seeing as to what made them stop or the extent of the aggressive behavior, of the altering or changing of that behavior. So that was really interesting. And again, he broke down each one of these articles, he breaks down the complex, language of ABA and brings it to a very simple sense of teaching it to a general public or a classroom teacher or an administrator to kind of implement these strategies into the general classroom. So going from there, what would I ask Dr. Axelrod? These questions right here, because they were kind of mind-boggling when I was reading these articles. So starting off, what were some challenges working with general education teachers and their beliefs on how to help children with disabilities? That to me is, everyone always has a different opinion on how to help. What best way is to help a child? There's always books being published on this is the new way of helping someone learn math or English or something, and that's kind of something I definitely want to know about and what he experienced. Was there any moments in your career where you questioned yourself and ABA was the most effective way to reach children's needs, and why? What kinds of pushback did you receive when trying to implement ABA strategies, and if so, was it from the teachers, general public, or school board administrators? What would you tell someone who is currently studying ABA, and what advice would you tell them that would lead whomever to honing their skills and being more informal and effective in the field? And my last question was, how has ABA changed since you've retired? What are some noticeable changes that you found that would promote ABA to be implemented and more effective in the general field of education? So going from there, that's all. Concluding thoughts. Through his promoting of using ABA tactics and strategies backed by years of effective studies impacted the school system. His research implemented ABA roles within different programs to help individuals with autism or intellectually disabled. Furthermore, his promotion of ABA is the cause of many families and schools wanting guidance and helpful strategies to help with individuals with autism or intellectually disabled receive differential needs. To help them be successful. And that's really what Dr. Axelrod was about in a nutshell. So hopefully you had awesome people that you studied, and I'll be able to learn a lot more from you guys as well. Thank you. Bye.